Hello everyone. A quick update on the Kiwi dollar trade that we took yesterday. So we were looking to sell it yesterday. Made a video about it and all the post analysis, how the trade was taken, where I got out and stuff like that. There was a wonderful, wonderful entry on this today. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching the charts today at all. Uh, been fasting, so it's a little difficult to focus. And at the time there was an entry. That was the time when I was breaking the fast, so I wasn't looking at the charts at all. But if I was looking at the charts, there was such a beautiful opportunity on this today. Not gonna get into the detail of where I would have entered, where the trade could have been taken if uh, you know you want to get into the details of why where the trade could have been taken, you can just leave a comment, and maybe if we have enough comments, I'll make a video about that. But I'm going to talk about something really, really important here today, and something that I emphasize on a lot. If you've been through the previous videos that we've posted, there has been a lot of talk about the news events and their importance, right? Uh, Multiple times we've talked about how a key news event, like a high impact news event, that is CPI and interest rates, uh, NFP, stuff like that. Yeah, uh, how important they are, right? So um, the first trade on the dollar CPI that I took, and I made a video of that, was pound dollar. Made a little bit of money off of that. Now, of course, I was aware of the fact that it's not gonna go all the way right away. Looking at how dollar's been pretty weak, the previous trend is it's not, it generally. mm, If a bigger move is to come, right, it's not just going to continue to go like it went here, right? It merely gave an opportunity to get in, that too during Asia. So, I personally could not have gotten in at all. But uh, if a bigger move is to follow, try and understand that. If a bigger move is to follow, there's got to be position building. It cannot just continue to run and continue to run, right? Some logic. Okay. Now, uh, the first trade that I took, pound dollar, didn't let it run all the way. I mean, did some of the position. I generally do in almost all of my trades. I leave some of it to run to see how far it can go. Uh, Took little bit of practice and stuff like that, but we're not going to get into that at all at the moment. Getting back to the topic here, that is the dollar CPI, the importance of news events. Okay, so dollar CPI came out Wednesday. The reason why I was, so much interested in selling this yesterday was because of dollar CPI. It's not just based on price action. Of course, there is beautiful price action too, right? This buyer all the way up to there. If the buy is to continue, this buyer needs to hold. But what happens? The price falls down through this buyer because of CPI. Okay, so what I'm teaching here, what I'm telling you here right now, it's not taught the right way in the industry. You'd come across people who would say that uh, at around the news time, you place a buy stop, a sell stop. Okay, that works for you. I understand that and I respect that. But the the power of news events is not taught. They'll either tell you that the spread gets so high that you shouldn't trade at the time of the news, and that is correct. You should not. But that does not mean that it's not important for you to know what the news is doing. Okay, so CPI comes out Wednesday, and then the price, in comparison to how we came down, you're still pretty weak, right? I attempted to sell it yesterday, it didn't go, blah blah blah, whatever. It's not always going to be the right direction every time. I mean, this direction was correct, but the timing was off, right? And it did take a whole day. I was a tad too early. Well, not a tad too early. I was about 4 sessions or too early. But it is what it is. You can't always uh, be a part of everything. Okay, so it's still pretty choppy. Takes one whole day yesterday to pull back. Choppy, choppy, choppy in comparison. And then today was dollar PPI. Um, at the time it starts to go is 5 o'clock my time. Um, let's show you the calendar for today. That'd be my yesterday. Um, see, core retail sales on dollar, and we had core PPI, and then initial jobless claims. That came up pretty positive for dollar, right? It's better than before. It was expected to be worse, but it was better than before. But anyway, we do not focus on how the news came out. Of course, that does matter, but we focus on what the news did. That is our focus, right? So you can see, I'm not going to get into the details of where the trade could have been taken. All I'm showing you at this moment is dollar CPI. As long as you're below what dollar CPI did, you cannot buy this. And all of the buys that are coming in are to turn people to the opposite side of the market. That in this case is the buyers, right? Buyers getting introduced into the markets, people turning into the buy side, and then the bigger seller making money. That's what we've been talking about all along. In every video you'd hear me say this stuff, right? And the same stuff happened on all the dollars. Pound dollar is still under this buyer's introduction all the way down to there. Euro dollar, you go a little higher, and the move that followed is actually bigger than every other dollar, right? So it's because so many people got in on the wrong side. Try and understand this. Of course, it's gone higher than this, but overall, all the other dollars were doing different stuff, and then euro got weaker today across the board. That is a different story. But you see, the maximum number of people that got in on the buy side on the wrong side on dollar were on euro dollar. It's because it's such a clear buy, but overall, all the other dollars, you could see all the other dollars and you could tell that, dollar's not going to get weaker at the moment. Later on, because I think 19th of this month we have dollar interest rate, so it could be setting up for that, and my bias for that is a stronger dollar. At this point in time, we'll see how the price action turns out to be in the longer term. But what I'm showing you is what happened after CPI. That's what we're focusing on. Exactly the same thing happened in Aussie dollar. Introduction of the buyers, everyone turned to the buy side, and then the sell happens. Kiwi dollar, I wanted to take. I would have taken it today, 100%, but it is what it is. What others? Dollar CAD. Same thing. Seller's introduction into the market, people turning to the sell side, buyer. The bigger buyer makes money. Dollar Swiss franc, there was a nice trade on this too, I believe. But anyway, the same thing, right? Over and over again. Same thing on gold too, probably. Well, gold, it's doing its own thing, so it is what it is. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys what the dollar CPI has brought forward. And I'll probably not be trading tomorrow either. I'm not too sure at the moment, but if something sets up, I'll see. Anyway, cheers, guys. Have a good one.